Hi, this is Kenneth Wong, a Burmese American writer living in San Francisco. Life is full of contradictions, which is why we find ourselves frequently using the conjunction but to join our thoughts. So today in this episode, let's look at the Burmese equivalent of but or however. But before we get to the conjunction word but itself, let's start with a pair of ideas we can contrast. First, I'll teach you how to say, this coffee is bitter. D coffee, kare. The structure is pretty simple. D is this, what you use to refer to something or someone close or nearby. Coffee it's just a Burmese pronunciation of the English word coffee. You can pronounce it coffee the way English speakers traditionally do, and you'll be understood. But if you really want to sound Burmese, try saying coffee. One more time. Coffee. Kare is bitter. The last word de is not exactly a word in itself, but it's a particle. Sometimes it's de, sometimes it's de. It is the sentence end particle for affirmative statements. So put it all together, you get di coffee kare. This coffee is bitter. One more time. Di coffee kare. This coffee is bitter. Now let's take a look at the contrasting twin. Ho coffee chore. I'll break it down for you. Ho is the reference for something further away, a little beyond your reach of the two items, the equivalent of that. Chore is sweet. To be precise, it's the adjective sweet, cho, with the affirmative sentence and particle de, chore. Put it all together, you get ho coffee chore. That means that coffee is sweet. One more time, ho coffee chore. That coffee is sweet. The word that you need to join the two sentences is dabime. Dabime. That's the Burmese version of but or however. I'll repeat it again. It's pronounced dabime. How do you join the two sentences? Quite simple, really. Di coffee kare. This coffee is bitter. Dabime. Ho coffee chore. But that coffee is sweet. Put it all together. Di coffee kare. Dabime. Ho coffee chore. This coffee is bitter, but that coffee is sweet. Let's try another variation, shall we? Now let's try the word movie. The word for movie in Burmese is yokshin. A little side note, here's an interesting thing. The word for movie in Burmese is a compound word made up of the word yok for images or pictures and shin for being alive or moving. So, the Burmese word yokshin is quite literally pictures that are alive, images that are moving. In other words, motion picture in English. Gaunde is well or good. It's the same phrase that you use to answer when somebody asks you how you're feeling. Ne gaung la? And if you're feeling well, you would say ne gaunde. It's the same phrase. Gaunde. The contrast to gaunde is magaungbu. Not well or not good. That's how you would respond if somebody say ne gaung la and you're not quite feeling well or you're a little bit under the weather. One more time. Magaungbu. It's not good. Magaungbu, not good, is the negative version of gaunde, good. What you do is essentially take the adjective gaung, good, and sandwich it between the negative marker ma and the negative sentence and bu. You get magaungbu. I always tell my students, if you have to say no, it's a boo-boo. And that's an easy way to remember that when you have a negative verb, you have to end the sentence with bu. Okay, now we can look at two contrasting sentences together. Di yokshin, gaunde. This movie is good. Ho yokshin, magaungbu. That movie is not good. Let me repeat those two. Di yokshin, gaunde. This movie is good. Ho yokshin, magaungbu. That movie is not good. So, are you ready to join these two sentences together? Let's do it, shall we? Di yokshin, gaunde. This movie is good. Dabime. Ho yokshin magaungbu. But that movie is not good. Let me repeat it again. Di yokshin gaunde. This movie is good. Dabime ho yokshin magaungbu. But that movie is not good. Let's try one last example, shall we? I'll introduce 4 new phrases so that you can construct a contrasting pair. Dine is today. Dine, that's the word for today. Bude is it's hot. Bude, that's it's hot. Manega is yesterday. One more time. Manega, that's yesterday. Mapubu is it's not hot. Mapubu, it's not hot. I think now you have a pair of sentences that you can contrast. Dine pude, it's hot today. Manega mapubu, it wasn't hot yesterday. If you have been following along, you should have a fairly good idea how to use the word but to join the two of them, right? Let's try this. Dine pude, it's hot today. Dabime manega mapubu, but it wasn't hot yesterday. I'll read it again. Dine pude, dabime manega mapubu. It's hot today, but it wasn't hot yesterday. Let's do a quick review of all the sentences that we looked at and joined together today. Di coffee kare, this coffee is bitter. Ho coffee chore, that coffee is sweet. Put it together and you get Di coffee kare, dabime, ho coffee chore. This coffee is bitter, but that coffee is sweet. The next set. Di yoshin kaune, this movie is good. Ho yoshin magaumbu, that movie is not good. Put it together, you get Di yoshin kaune, dabime, ho yoshin magaumbu. This movie is good, but that movie is not good. The last one. Dine pude, it's hot today. Manega mabubu, it wasn't hot yesterday. Join it together, you get Dine pude, dabime manega mabubu. It's hot today, but it wasn't hot yesterday. Okay, I think that's all for this episode today. Try practicing the conjunction dabime with some other adjectives or verbs that you know. Tuame, I shall be going now. Dabime, now tuyome. But I shall see you again. Bye for now.